Hi, everybody. It is Monday, January 25th. Um, I want to definitely make just a little short one here today and kind of give you guys my take on what's been happening lately. Keep getting downloads from well, I guess you can call them my guides. Anyway, but most of the time it's just, I always write down whatever I can. Most of the time it's kind of spoiler alert stuff. In other words, the bigger picture, like what this is all about. And it's a little bit, the best way for me to describe it is a little bit unbelievable. So even for me, it's like, wow, is that, I keep asking them, is that true? And like, what's going on? Like, this is like crazy. Uh, it's really interesting because it's it's from the perspective of source. In other words, outside the galaxy, that kind of perspective. Whereas what we're concerned with right now is this unfolding story, and they kind of gave me a little bit of heads up or more intel on what kind of happened. And just like we suspected, if you know anything about, for instance, the 9/11 operation, let me put it that way, there was the gold involved, and NISARA and GESARA, they were going to announce all that it was going to be changing the world economic system to a gold-backed currency and things like that. And as we know, they really had no intention of doing it. So they planned that 9/11 event for a long time, and it went off, as everybody noticed. And sure enough, it changed the dynamics of this game. I keep calling it a module because it's kind of what it is. They changed the game again. They took back control. You know. So anyway, this latest kind of version of what just happened is exactly kind of what they did again, and that's why a lot of us, uh, people that are just a little bit, even a little bit psychic, whatever, saw that okay, there was going to be this big roundup, this big arrest event, that was the plan, and so we saw that. But what you'll really start understanding more, and I'm going to explain it more in the future, but this is kind of all about timelines and how they can be changed. I always give you small examples of that. Anyway, they changed the timeline again, and and that's why the night before, for some reason, I had this feeling of dread and everything. Is because they were planning another 9/11 type scenario. They were going to and again, they're just trying to take back control. They're trying to reset or change the course of a timeline. But the good guys basically stopped it by being, well, probably even physically stopped it, because if it was a dirty nuke, they'd probably shut it down or whatever. Maybe that's kind of what I get, this sense that they were kind of looking for this person or this operation to be exposed, and that was one way of doing it. But as far as the inauguration to the the defunct corporation of the United States, yeah, I think that's kind of the plan. It was like, okay, well, you can have this bankrupt company and do whatever you want with it, because it's almost like that old United States corporation doesn't exist anymore and it's bankrupt. That was the one thing that has been going over in my mind over and over again. It's like, it's a bankrupt company that they're trying to run, and so the good guys are letting them run it. But it's like, first of all, where are you going to get your money from? Where, you know, and you really have no power. You're going to have to sign blank pieces of paper or something. And so, kind of what they've been sort of telling me is they're letting them do this, play their little government games, but it's not legit. If anybody understands that, not only is it not legit because he wasn't even elected, so uh, they're letting it play out. And it's what's interesting. Whenever they do that, is some more things get exposed, some more corruption gets exposed, and things like that. So and especially because the people on the dark side, let me put it that way, the people that are buying into this new administration, yeah, they're showing their hand there. They're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm part of this team," and I'm just like, "Yeah, let's go forward with this." Whereas, like, all of us that have been fighting against this evil cabal, we were shocked. We're like, "What's going on? How come they're carrying on? How come they're going ahead with their terrible plans for us?" You know, it's because we're not privy to what's going on behind the scenes. There's a bigger operation. So I keep going back to this. Is like, we'll just stick to the plan. They know more than me. Like I said, I'm just kind of a small, um, soldier in this operation. And, they give me downloads, but also at the same time, and I know I've kind of brought this up as well, is we have to be careful what we say, because first of all, it works in two ways. Is it manifests the future, because we physically do that. So being positive is absolutely the way to go. And then, but at the same time, it makes the bad people, the bad guys with their operation, know exactly what our thoughts are and our intentions. So they try to negate them, or basically try to nullify them. They basically do the opposite as much as possible, because they realize how powerful we are. We can create a new future, and they know that. So they're running for their lives. They are actually they're being defeated so much. What I've been told, it's almost like it's like an extinction event for them. They are freaking right out, because for some reason they keep telling me that if they're defeated here, uh, I think they might be extinct from this universe. So they're trying everything they possibly can. Let me put it this way: they've been slated. I'll put it this way: they've been slated to be recycled back to source. That's what we all go back to source. And but the best way for me to describe it is, if you're a negative entity, you get recycled to turn back to positive. For us, when we're finished with these modules, we go back to source, but we're positive. So we're up for the next adventure, that type of thing. I'm simplifying it to make a point, but I'm saying for them, this is something they've been putting off for millions of years, and they think that they can beat the system. But we, as usual, we just let things play out. Source lets it play out. Just that's kind of part of this whole matrix. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna probably make another one tomorrow. I think I'll start reading. I'll start telling you my downloads, even though they're pretty wild and crazy. You can just take them or leave them. But yeah, I just kind of keep getting prodded to sort of. I think I should try to share this information with you guys. But I'm trying to maintain a sense of believability, because I know I'm sounding weird to you guys. It sounds like, man, this guy's going crazy or something, and we're watching him break down before our very eyes. So I'm gonna try. So I try to pick out stuff that I think is pretty believable, and then I'll try to tell you guys about it. But I think I'm just gonna read things to you guys, and it's that way you can decide for yourself. Okay, that'll be coming up maybe later this week or something. Okay, stay positive. That's what I always say.